So hopefully that's something you guys got. If you choose to go to calculus next year, this is the first unit. It's not that bad. So the hardest part, guys, is finding out left and right. And I guess that was my bad, me picking a bad graph. I should have labeled the numbers more. But that I think we did pretty good. Good job, guys. Okay, so today we learned about limits using properties. So what the heck is that, right? It's not that bad, guys, to be honest with you. The notes are right here. So I'll give you a couple seconds to write this down. If not, I always post the notes the day before just in case you need to write them down. So I'll give you a couple seconds. So you can, they aren't that bad. If there are two functions that are approaching a certain limit, that just means the limits themselves, they multiply times each other. If those functions are being divided, it just means the functions are going to a limit. This has to be, it has to say limit. They will be divided by each other. Okay, and then this right here is very important because can we divide by 0? No, right? We can't until like 2 or 3 chapters into calculus. I'll teach you how to divide by 0, and it's pretty damn cool. Like, not gonna lie to you, it's pretty awesome. Like when I was first learning it, was pretty well. Like I can't divide by 0, and then the next day I'm just dividing by 0 all day. It's pretty cool. Okay, alrighty. So let's go ahead and begin. So the first example, I'll give you a couple seconds to write it down. Says the limit as a function, right? The function x goes to 4. So this was from our other homeworks, which was like 10 point, what was it? This 10.4, so 10.2. That told us you get the 4 and you put it right here. So our limit is just 4. Okay. So this one has a lot of stuff going on. It says the limit of x is squared. So what I need to do is substitute x equals 3. So I should have all of this is going to be 3 on the outside, right? Because there was a 3 on the outside, just stays. The limit is going to be 3 squared. So a lot happened. Hopefully I didn't lose you. This right here was where my 3 went, because the limit said, hey, it's going to 3. And then the square was from the original function. So the square here. So I should have 3 squared is 9 times this 3 on the outside, which is 3. So I should have 27, question mark. Any questions on that so far? Yes, no? Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let's start on the good stuff of this lesson. So pretty much what I'm asking you guys is, do I know what F is? Do I know what exactly F is? Or do I know what G is? Well, actually no, but I do know, I know one thing. I know what happens when X is getting really, really close to 7, right? Both of these functions are right here, right? It says x equals 7, but they are different functions. Well, guess what, guys? It's not that bad. It's just telling us that this right here, f of x, if you see an f of x and you see the 7, it's automatically a 3. So this is 4, right? The 4 just drops down. 4 times the 3, right? The 3, which gives me 12. Any questions on that so far? Okay, let's try the next one. This one's a trick question. So I'll give you a couple seconds to try that on your own. And let's see if I tricked you. This right here is very, very, very important. It says x equals 3, or x is going towards 3. Do I know when x is going to 3 in this function?
No.
We actually don't, guys, because these are only for x equals 7s for both of them. So this one is undefined because we don't know when x goes to 3. Does that make sense? This one's a trick question.
It is fun.
Okay. Any questions on that, guys? We only know when x equals 7, not when x equals 3. So this one's me trying to trick you guys. All right, so this one, guys, go ahead and try this one on the chat box. This one should be as x goes to 7, so no tricks on this one. Just complete substitution. So the limit f of x minus the limit g of x as x goes to 7. And I'll start in a couple seconds. This one should just be basic subtraction. So as x goes to 7 for my f function, because x equals 7, gives me 3. So it's going to be 3 minus my g function as x goes to 7 is 5. So 3 minus 5, that gives me a limit of -2. And I believe Jordan got in the chat box. Thank you, Jordan. Does that work for everyone? Okay, let's go ahead and try something a little bit more tougher. This function is being multiplied by a -2 and added to a 4. So I'll give you a couple seconds to try that out. So the function is f. Give you a couple more seconds. So it's pretty much just asking -2 times whatever f is, right? Which according to this is 3 plus 4. So it's -6 plus 4, which gives me a -2 also. Pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and do more examples. So I'll give you a couple seconds to write these out. And these are my last examples, guys. These are not hard stuff. This is just the beginning of calculus, guys. So keep in mind, I changed the stuff. F of x is 5 now, and g of x is -2. So you can go ahead and put the answer in the chat box. What will this one be? Okay, hopefully you guys were able to try this one. The f of x plus the g of x as x goes to 2. So that means my f of x is right here, right? So it's going to be 5 plus my g of x, which is this right here, which is up -2. So in reality, it's 5 minus 2. So that gave me 3 as my solution. The next one, it's right here. So f of x is being multiplied by a 2. So my f of x right here, we just said it was a 2 times a 5 divided by my g of x, which is my -2. Does that make sense? So we can simplify the same number on top, right? The 2 and the -2. So I'm left with 5 over the little negative sign, which is the same thing as saying -5. The next one's pretty fun, so I'll see that one in the chat box. And this is my last example, guys. So remember, this is being multiplied by a2 for the function f, and then that's being multiplied by the function g. So I should be having 2 times my function f. My function f, we said it was 5, times my function g, and my function g is -2. So I got 2 times 5, that's 10, times -2, quick maths gives me -20. Okay. So the only hard part about this, guys, is you really need to know, you really need to know what the property tells you. So we don't know, I don't know what f of x or g of x is, but I know one limit, right? And that's how that works. I need to know, hey, this limit tells me, and then I use the following rules. That is all that I have for you guys. Friendly reminder, I close up the tolls at 3 p.m. because I don't like seeing you guys stay up till like really late, even though, believe it or not, a lot of kids turn in the homework at 2, which is crazy to me. But you do you. Other than that, guys, I'm here to help you out. Tomorrow I might take a little while to answer your questions since I will be at school, but send me a text. I'll help you out the best I can. Worst case scenario, I'll just write on the whiteboard, right? Other than that, I didn't make this one that hard since I know we're also trying to get other good grades in AP classes, right? Other than that, guys,